My name is Boris Renski. I'm a co-founder and the chief marketing officer at Mirantis. I'm also our kind of a community liaison person. So I'm on the board of the OpenStack Foundation. I'm kind of official community mingler on behalf of Mirantis, so to speak. Mirantis is an OpenStack systems integrator. We are one of the largest, if not the largest, systems integrator in the OpenStack ecosystem today. We have 370 people in the company, of which 320 are actually engineers. And our philosophy historically has been to kind of align the company value proposition with whatever is most relevant at a particular moment in time of an OpenStack ecosystem evolution, so to speak. So we believed that OpenStack, when just started, most of OpenStack economy, first 2 years, is going to be very services driven. So we went ahead and kind of positioned ourselves as the OpenStack services company. It worked out for us, and I'd like to venture out and say that probably the majority of the production-bound OpenStack customers today we've touched upon in some shape or form, ranging from an in-depth system integration engagement down to kind of more high-level engagement around training. And as the ecosystem is continuing to evolve, we evolve as well. So we started introducing additional offerings beyond just pure system integration. One such thing is training, which we introduced a year ago. And we run one of the most popular training programs for OpenStack today with monthly courses, monthly public courses available. And recently we've also introduced something called Fuel, which is OpenStack automation library, basically a set of all components that one would need to be able to build an OpenStack cloud themselves. This is something that originated as a grassroots movement in the company, originally basically to empower and differentiate our services team, and over a course of about 12 years it matured to the point where it actually became consumable by the public, and the customers started using it themselves. And naturally, Fuel, one of the key components in Fuel is Puppet. So we use Puppet Master for Puppet basically for configuration management, and also contribute quite a bit to the Puppet upstream manifests for OpenStack configurations. Whenever you build an OpenStack environment, and in fact, even when you think of kind of an OpenStack distro, it's not complete unless you have the automation component in it. Because of the nature of what OpenStack is, it's a highly distributed system, so even when you just come in and deploy OpenStack first, you have to deploy it across a highly distributed environment that involves, in some instances, thousands of physical hosts. And there's no way to actually do it manually, and there's definitely no way to actually maintain and operate such an environment manually. So having configuration management and just the entire infrastructure automation, starting with bare metal provisioning all the way up to configuration management, is a completely essential part of any OpenStack environment. So OpenStack environment is not complete unless you have this infrastructure automation around it. There's two key pain points. The first is probably not the main one, but it's the best understood, and that's cost. It's simply too expensive if you run at a certain scale to rely on something like Amazon. But this is really not the key driver that we've seen. The key driver has been the control of the roadmap. So the biggest use case for OpenStack adoption that we have seen so far is being able to build kind of a continuous integration, continuous delivery fabric that is consistent across the entire organization, on top of which your actual applications will reside. And this allows you to significantly shorten the time to production on kind of new features and applications. And because of that, OpenStack has been very heavily adopted in web and SaaS segments. And this is really kind of the main use case for OpenStack, and actually spans across web and SaaS as well as the enterprise segment. The typical use case is basically when you start out, when you want something really quickly out there, you just go ahead and use public cloud. Like if you're a startup and you have free developers with a brilliant idea, you don't want to be spending any effort on the infrastructure. You just want to kind of get something out there quickly, so you go and use Rackspace, you use Amazon. Now, once you've reached a certain scale, going back to the control of roadmap, you need to start actually thinking about your infrastructure. You want to be able to kind of couple your infrastructure more tightly with the actual application. Plus, you want to be able to contain the costs.